Welcome to this new Forza Horizon 5 video, where we'll explore a special episode testing secret and traffic vehicles from the game. These are vehicles that normally you can't drive at all in the game, but you can still drive them, thanks to mods on PC that let you buy and unlock them. Today, we'll test 2 or 3 of them, depending on time and what we have to say. And we're going to start with the Volkswagen Bora V6, a car that's part of the traffic. These are literally cars that you'll see driven by civilians all over the map on the highways. Anyway, really, the typical traffic vehicle is one that we have here, in a V6 configuration, which does, I don't want to be wrong, but it's about 220 horsepower if I'm not mistaken. In any case, that's the power listed in the game's performance sheet. It's a car that's in category C, and honestly, it's a car that drives very well. So, it's not in the sense of being overpowered or anything like that, but it seems like this car has real physics, unlike, for example, the truck or the bus that we tested in a video a few days ago, and which are also part of the traffic vehicles that, normally, you can't drive, which really had terrible physics, and they were extremely light, really not normal to drive for such big vehicles. Well, honestly, I feel like I'm driving a normal car from Forza Horizon 5 just with a different design. Just another car that doesn't make any sound. That's true. It's a bit of a shame with the traffic cars because they don't make any noise, there's no engine sound. So this one is completely stock. I checked, you can upgrade it. It's always pretty funny to see that the traffic cars in Forza Horizon 5 can be upgraded. And this one also isn't compatible with the interior view. Like all traffic cars, these aren't meant to be driven. So our character just does odd things with his hands. In interior camera view, yeah. Honestly, the car is cool to drive and feels like it was meant for driving, even though it normally shouldn't be. That's surprising. It's not terrible to drive or too powerful. Really, it's just, okay, I'm just going to check something. Out of curiosity, I'm going to buy the Golf 4 from that time, the Golf R32 to check something. The Golf and Bora are actually the same cars. So then, actually, the Golf R32 has a V6 and everything, it's a sports car. And I'm going to check something, the list of available swaps for this car. Just checking if they reused the same ones or actually made a custom list. For the Bora from the traffic, earlier I noticed a big swap. You can put a large engine in the Bora. I still find it strange that's possible. It might make it a bit overpowered, but it's possible. We can do it on the Golf too. Okay, now I better understand why it's like that with the Bora, which we're buying again. It's annoying that after testing traffic cars and driving them a bit, they disappear from the garage. You have to buy them each time, but we'll be able to install the little swap on our Bora V862. Interestingly, this one benefits from the Rally Turbo. With no real explanation or reason, we'll still put the V862 in and can upgrade it later. It's almost like a car from a balloon. On the other hand, by default, it's all-wheel drive. Okay, well, maybe it's actually the same gearbox as the Golf R32, maybe even more or less the same engines. Also, I admit I don't know the Bora V6 well. It's extremely rare in Europe. Even the regular Bora is rare, but the V6 is even rarer. It's actually a unicorn. So, we're going to reach almost 1,000 horsepower, that's the classic. Even more than 1,000 horsepower. What can I say? With this swap, we should reach about 1,050. It's funny because we can actually improve it a lot, unlike buses or traffic trucks where upgrades are much more limited. Here, really, we can change everything on it. It's pretty funny, honestly. It looks like a car that was developed to be driven, let's say in a completely official way by the players. During development, its player version was ultimately cancelled, though some features were kept. Still, it's pretty overpowered, right? This car can reach S2 and is customizable. Okay, stop trying to see what it's going to look like because right now, we can't see the kit. It doesn't show up since the car's bugged, damn, there are even hoods and everything. But wait, what the heck is going on here? So, it's funny because you can see, damn, what the fuck? You can see the car in the reflection on the ground. And I see things that look kind of absurd, actually. So, wait, oh, we can put a... Oh, yeah, that's crazy. We can put a roof box, we can put bikes. Alright. Okay, well, listen. Let's go with a little bike, let's do that. And so, what's funny is right here, with the V8 swap, we'll get a real car jump. Because his car didn't have any before. But now we even have a little spoiler, right? I don't think we had it before. It really seems to be working now, huh? It doesn't look bad to drive, it actually seems pretty broken in terms of acceleration and handling. Ha, ha, ha. I admit that wasn't in the bingo. Ford is driving the Bora with the bike on the roof. A V8 swap that makes, over 1,000 horsepower. And it's honestly overpowered, guys, right? We're in S2, and it's true that S2 is still a good category. It's, let's say, the second biggest category. And honestly, look at how it handles. It's really ultra broken, this car, seriously. Honestly, I just feel like I'm driving a normal car, a bit overpowered, but with a non-player character car paint job. Optimizing the top speed by adjusting aerodynamics could honestly help this car reach nearly 400 km/h. And honestly, it's much more pleasant to drive than the Golf R32. The Golf R32 is beautiful and everything you want, but it doesn't handle very well. This one, it handles amazingly, actually. We'll test more than just this one today, including other Volkswagens. We'll also check out some taxis and different versions in the lineup. The Beetle, indeed, in the game. So what we're going to do is start by buying a regular Beetle, just so we can compare later. If there are any unique upgrades on the traffic Beetle, then we'll get a Beetle. By the way, what's going on here? How come I have 3 different versions of the Beetle? I think that in there, one of the 3 cars is it's the traffic Beetle, but which one? I don't know. There's the taxi one for sure, but in there, normally there's only one. It's a bit weird. I don't know which is which. I think this one is the traffic car. In Class D300, it seems a bit strange to me. We're buying the basic Beetle, just to check out the model and see if anything changes later with driving or upgrades. Actually, with the secret versions of the traffic Beetle. So, we're mainly going to look at the swaps. Here we can put, oh, there are actually quite a few swaps. Okay, so it goes from the 2L, let's say, variable valve timing, 2.5 L F4, and 4L flat 6-cylinder. Okay, so that's the standard one. Now, we're going to buy the traffic versions. So, this is a traffic version. I know it because, well, it's pretty obvious. It's a bugged car like the other traffic cars in the garage. This is a traffic version. It's basically the same aesthetically, but this one has tinted windows so you can't see inside. Unlike the normal Beetle. If you can see the driver, you can see inside. We'll check upgrades and settings. Does it have other swaps? No, this one has even fewer upgrades. It still has some engine upgrades, but they must be based on the Beetle's original engine. So, I don't think we should expect particularly high performance. And by the way, it's not customizable at all aesthetically, so that's... well, let's say this is the first version of the Beetle traffic. There's another one. We're going to check it out, see a bit of what's inside. It's this one. I think it's a traffic version, I suppose, unless it's a special version. Well, listen, I don't know what this car is. I have no idea. Because that's not the normal Beetle, right? It's lowered. I don't know. I don't understand what this model is because if it really was a traffic car, it wouldn't look like this. I don't know. If you have any idea about this, feel free to leave it in the comments. Where does this Beetle in Class D, well, in Class D300 especially lowered from the factory, come from? And above all, let's take a look to see if it has any different customizations. Let's check that out. Turbo Rally. I wonder if we didn't have those swaps, you know, on the regular Beetle. And unless I'm mistaken, that's the engine that must come from one of the Porsche Singer, or Porsche Gunther works. So I think those engines are more powerful than the Flat 6, and I think that, as a result, we'll be able to get more than 1,000 horsepower out of this thing. So, yeah, it seems pretty broken. It goes up... Wait, don't tell me it goes up to X-Class. We'll see, but it's not impossible. We're already in 993 and haven't touched the vehicle's aero yet. It still has pretty good handling, especially lowered like this. And above all, it's making 1,200 horsepower now. So that's pretty funny, damn. If we can put it in X-Class, it's pretty unlikely, but I think it's going to happen. That's the worst part. I think this car is going to X-Class. There's still one upgrade left. Damn, it won't hit the max, just 998. That's already insane. Normally, a Beetle doesn't reach such high stats. This one is insanely overpowered, already having 1.8 gel ethereal by default. That's not normal, so in my opinion, what it actually is. This Beetle isn't a traffic car, it's a story car. I think it's a modified version of the Beetle that we're supposed to drive. In the Vocho story, which normally isn't supposed to leave that Vocho story and isn't supposed to be used elsewhere. But it seems to have some crazy stats, and it looks like it's blasting its big mama. We're going to go test that. And already it floats like crazy. I actually like the fact that it's lowered a little like that. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Volkswagen or Beetles, but I really like the vibe here. And then, the little flat 638? It's actually pretty nice. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's see now if we can get a little a little 400. It's super easy to handle too. I mean, it's not overpowered. You know what I mean? It's not as agile as a bat to the blade, for example, if we take a really extreme example, but it's still pretty easy to handle. Really? The turns are fine with minor driving adjustments. It's a promising car, but tough to handle in some conditions. But, I mean, you can feel that the car is a little unstable, but it still goes really fast. It's doable. Let's check the VMAX. Look at me, the handling when I turn left and right, it's crazy how well it turns. However, in terms of VMAX, it's a bit less impressive than I thought. It's probably because we've got some crazy aero. With the wing up and the little diffuser at the front, that's probably holding us back a bit. Television Max. Still, it's pretty fun. This version of the Coxsnull, really, if you know where it comes from, let me know in the comments because I've never heard of this version before. Honestly. And yet, the game has been out for 5 years and I've played it every day. So, there's one last version of this car left to test. It's going to be the taxi version, which is also a traffic version. And maybe it will have even more upgrades. But there's the Grand Touring injection from the traffic too. I didn't plan a Volkswagen special today, but I didn't realize there were so many cars. But actually, the Grand Touring injection there, it's the Grand Touring injection VR6, but it's the same thing. Actually, let's go finish our Coxsnull story first. Let's see what the taxi's got under the hood. Let's see if we can swap it too. If it has any particular features or if it's, well, a bit ordinary. So what can we do with it? Improvements are minor since it's already a bit higher in performance index, but as it's the base engine, the changes will be limited. There won't be any swap available, so I'll still show you what it looks like in the open world. I think it'll be a bit bad and probably the least interesting vehicle in the video. It's just, well, it has the taxi livery. But I want to say, I think you can just take a regular Beetle from the base game and look at the player-created liveries. I'm pretty sure someone has already perfectly and accurately recreated the livery we're about to test here. I mean, the livery we have right here isn't particularly interesting. And honestly, it's just a regular Beetle, meaning it leans in the corners, it brakes, but nothing crazy. The hydraulic handbrake is really broken. It's a mess, but that's just how it is. All Ford Horizon traffic cars have handbrake physics like that. But anyway, something I hadn't planned for today, we're still going to go test the Grand Touring injection version of the traffic to see if there's something a little bonus. So, it wasn't supposed to be a special Volkswagen episode, but in the end, that's how it is. So, Grand Touring injection. Let's first look at the regular Grand Touring injection for swaps and customization options, then check if the one in traffic matches, or if there are some little things that stand out a bit. So, this is really the regular one. What can we do to it? We have a bit of custom work, the Forza kit, and the little Forza spoiler. And for the swap, we have the 16 Turbo Rally. Okay, let's check out everything that's available for it. And on the other one, the traffic version, which is here, actually has a higher performance index by default. Why? We're not sure, but it's likely due to improved stats like better braking, off-road ability, and handling. That makes sense for cars. That's exactly what you'd expect when you see an AI car. Because, of course, sometimes they need to go off-road to follow the players, so it makes sense. This one, however, fits nicely into the garage. There's no visual bug, but probably because it's just a modified version of the Golf Grand Touring injection makes sense. It's a bit weird. You can tell the game doesn't really know what it's doing. Do we have swaps in these cases? Yes, and I think it'll be the same. By default, this vehicle doesn't make an okay sound like traffic cars. It's just a standard rally turbo. I'll still upgrade it to ensure we don't miss any unique features. But overall, I think it's going to be a Golf Grand Touring injection, nothing out of the ordinary. So, maybe with a few small modifications, but what's changing here? We just have the adjustment unlocked. Okay, there you go. It's the same. And it's the same in my opinion. Here, there's something that I think we can display. We should be able to put a luggage rack or something like that, but here, it probably isn't displaying correctly. Well, in the end, oh yeah, we still did it. The little bike rack, it really wasn't displaying well, but listen, we started with the Bora bike rack on the right, and we're finishing with the golf bike rack on the left. It also has a bit of a unique physics. Oh yeah, that's definitely not the base game's physics, clearly. Well, it's totally overpowered for drifting. Actually, what's going on with this? So, other than that, there's nothing special about it. I think many traffic cars will be similar, so we'll see. I've planned more episodes about this, with other cars, other brands, and some pretty unique vehicles, for example. I think in a few days, in a video, we're going to test the 323 Ti Traffic, which is in traffic and absolutely not in the base game. So really, even though everyone would have wanted it, it's not there. We'll also test the Mazda 3. Everyone would have loved it, but no one owns one, even though it's seen in traffic. There are several things like that to test, I think, with unique physics and some secret improvements. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have to admit, I really enjoy making this kind of video, honestly. It feels like I'm discovering secrets 5 years after the game came out, finding things that hardly anyone has really discovered yet. For now, I have to admit, I enjoy that. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like, subscribe, or comment. Follow me on Twitch for live streams, and feel free to use your Prime to support the channel. And of course, you can also use my instant gaming link that you'll find below this video, which lets you support my channel for free by buying your games at a lower price. Thanks to those who checked it out. See you tomorrow for the next video. Take care, ciao.